Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Ira.
I know last week you guys, excuse me, you guys did some more live things in special teams. Did you guys carry that over, or was that a one-time thing? And did you feel like you got out of that what you wanted to last time out?
No, we carried it over. It was really a kind of a big picture philosophy of what we wanted to get done this fall camp. So actually today we incorporated all four of our big four units. So we started the game with kickoff cover. Both groups, the ones and the twos, got a full cover rep. And then throughout the course of the scrimmage, we worked some full speed punt, some full speed kickoff return, and then some full speed punt pressure. So we got all four of those core units work today.
Next will be Aslan Hajabandi from Warchant.
Hey, Coach, when it comes to like a quarterback battle, I guess you can always tell the backup quarterback, hey, you're only one play away from getting put in the game. Theoretically, I guess a kicker, it's the same thing for them, but it doesn't happen as often. So how do you keep a backup kicker engaged, and does it really just come down to who makes the most kicks in camp?
Yeah, I think each one of those position battles is a little bit unique in and of itself. With the kicking situation, having Ryan coming back as an experienced player, I felt coming into camp, it was going to be a great opportunity for him to continue to grow. We do have some really good players behind him who are doing a nice job. But Ryan's had a good camp. He's had another solid scrimmage today. So you just want to keep developing depth on your team, and you keep pushing guys to continue to grow and compete. And but Ryan, has had a really good camp to this point. So I don't know if I totally answered your question there in terms of that, but I feel good about that competition. Same can be said for punter. Alex is a 2-year returning starter, has done a really good job with us, and then Mac has had a really good camp. So for me, knowing that we have capable guys and capable depth is always a great thing.
Next will be Chris Nee from Knowles 247.
Hey JP, with regards to the return game and having the 2 live scrimmages with live special teams, do you feel like that group is ready to take the next step and do what you guys were hoping to do with new personnel and a little more emphasis in certain areas of it?
Yeah, I think more than anything, the full speed work has been best for the return units because we work punt a lot, and we've always worked punt in scrimmage situations. But to get the speed on the kickoff return, the speed on the punt pressure, the punt return unit. That's been critical for us, and it's not just about the returners. That's just a piece of the puzzle. It's really about evaluating if we have the right 10 guys in front of them who are blocking for them. And I think we're finding out more about who we are and getting that speed on guys. It allows them to understand what the intensity, at least closer to what a game speed would be like, as opposed to there's at times when you practice where it's not always full speed to the ball. It's more making sure the assignments are correct. In these scrimmages, we've been able to compete at a very high level, and I think it's going to pay dividends for those return units and for our cover units going forward.
All right, next will be Kurt Weiler from the Osceola.
Coming into the last week of the preseason as it was, how much of an idea do you have of who kind of those starting kick returners, that starting punt returner are going to be?
We have a very, very solid idea in terms of who the top 2 guys or 3 guys are at each one of those groups. I usually let coach kind of put the depth charts out when he's ready to put those out. But, you guys know who we're talking about. We're talking about Deuce and Trey and Sam McCall at the kick return side. And then you got Micah and Keyshawn and Sam have done a good job at the punt return side. So those are the names that are going to be the key figures, the guys that are playing a key role. And, I'm sure when coach is ready to kind of name a starter, he'll be certainly excited to do so. But I'm going to kind of defer to him on that.
We'll go back to Ira.
A lot of times, special teams are a great opportunity for younger players. Is it for guys like Sam and Azari and some of those young talented guys, Omar probably, how much of getting onto those units is their athletic ability, and how much of it is really just embracing and understanding the concepts to prove that they can be out there?
But I think it's both those things that you mentioned. You know, I mean, obviously you need the skill set, the athletic ability to be able to go out there, and then you need to be able to understand big picture what we're trying to get accomplished. And it takes some time. You know, it really does. And we do want to push those young guys to be contributors for us early, but we're only going to put them in a situation to be out on the field if they're ready for it. I think there was a guy, to your point, though, I thought, who had a really good scrimmage today, and for the most part, his really good plays were on the look team. But Omar Graham was a guy who really I thought had a nice day on special teams today. So to the point you're making about pushing young guys, that's a young guy that I would like to see this continued growth from, because today I thought he took a step forward.
We'll go back to Aslan.
When you're watching film with your guys, and Jared or Derek is like, Coach, I would have had Jordan here, but it's a green jersey, so I held up. I mean, like, do you believe them? And just what kind of looks does Jordan give? I mean, yeah, he's a scout team guy. He's your starting quarterback. But what kind of luxury is it that you guys go up against Jordan every single day, and how does that sort of enhance, I guess, your guys' skill set and their ability?
Well, going against Jordan every day it does create a lot of teachable moments, because you know, as a defensive line coach, you're trying to teach rush lanes and rush lane discipline and how it is that the four of us work together to kind of build a wall and keep them in the pocket, but also win in your rush. And you know, I think when you have a mobile quarterback like Jordan is, who's extremely athletic, it does teach a lot of good lessons in terms of discipline and how you rush. In terms of the first part of your question, yeah, they always think they got him. It's my job to keep them a little bit grounded at times and kind of look at them like, I don't know, boys. But I want them to be confident. I want them to feel good about themselves. But, you know, at the same time, there also has to be an understanding that, you know, Jordan's not that easy to get on the ground. So we'll see. But, you know, we've done a good job of staying off the quarterbacks and you know, those guys are healthy right now. So I think we're working well together.
All right, last one. We'll go back to Ira.
Coach Norvell seemed pleased with the way the players responded to the challenge of this week and all the challenges of this week. I was just kind of wondering about your guys, the guys you deal with. I know you deal with a bunch of different guys because of your two roles, but what did you see? Did you learn anything about this team this week?
Well, you know, this was a challenging week. You know, 6 days in a row, you know, we did call it an identity week because it was going to be a grind in a lot of different ways. You know, the physicality of the week, the travel to Jacksonville, coming back here, playing tonight, you know, just the mental and the physical toll that week put together had on them was going to test who we are as a group. And I thought the guys responded well. You know, I really thought the special teams had a good week. You know, I thought there was good intent, there was good focus, there was a lot of good work put forward. I thought today, you know, for the special teams reps that we got, it was really very good. And I really felt like the defensive line worked hard this week. They really did. You know, they are in a lot of ways in a leadership role, especially on our defense. And you know, it's one thing to lead with your mouth, and a lot of guys can do that, but to lead with your actions and be able to put in the work. I thought our guys did a nice job of doing that this week. I do feel pretty good about where we are coming out of the week, and look forward to getting into this next phase of camp.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.